Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. I've got to cook for a few people this morning, so I thought you might keep me some company while I'm doing it. I'm going to move this out of the way and put y'all some light over here where we can see what we're doing. This is some leftover biscuit dough, y'all. And it's soft and nice like you make biscuits with. But today I'm going to make apple pies with it. So I need some flour on it to make it stiffer so I can roll it out. So I'm going to get me some white lily, and I'm going to get plain today, plain old flour. This is called all-purpose. I'm going to put a little bit on there, like that. Can you see? There you go. I put a little bit on top, see? And I'm going to take this and squash it in like that real good and get that stiff as I can so I can make us a pie. We're going to make some fried apple pies. Except you're not going to see me actually fry them because I'm trying to make them, and then I'm going to let them sit right here while I'm doing some other things. All right, so now you take your dough out of this paper, put it on your counter right here, or your surface, whatever y'all got to work with. Add a little bit more and see if it's stiff enough. How are you this morning? Are you young people and got a lot of babies? Trying to get them off to school this morning, or are you older like me? All right, let's just try one and see if it's stiff enough. You get about a golf ball size like that. And you roll her out. Somebody wrote in the other day and said, my husband loves to watch you. Well, tell him I said hello. Will you do that for me? Now, you people, see how it wants to stick a little bit, so I'm going to have to sprinkle just a little bit more flour on it because you don't want it sticking. You want it to roll out real pretty. You people with young children, you could make these ahead of time and put them in their lunch. And you also can make your own Hot Pockets out of them. I'm putting apple pie filling right in the center of mine. And then you take your water and you go around the edge because that works like a glue. Now you've got to do this. You've got to put the water on it. You got to. Pull this up over it and then pat it down. And then cut off the excess, but don't cut too close to your pie now. Don't cut too close to it. Then dip your fork in your flour, and you're going to go around it and press it down like this. Some people gave me, one of my followers gave me a pie presser downer, but my pies are too big to use it, so I don't worry with it. All right, get me another golf ball size out. Put it down on the surface. Sprinkle a little flour on her. Do y'all even have a rolling pin? You need to get you one because you make dumplings with this. A rolling pin, you got to have it to roll out everything. I remember one time I was somewhere, and I don't recall where I was, but I was trying to make dumplings, and they didn't have a rolling pin. So I had to take a tea glass, and roll out my dough. Which is nuts. Anyway, I want to thank all you people on YouTube for following me. Cooking with Brenda Gant, with no words up under the Cooking with Brenda Gant. This is my station, and what happened was I've got some scammers on there. The scamming y'all, making you think it's me when it's not. And let me tell you how you can tell the difference. Mine has numbers right beside it by name. It says Cooking with Brenda Gant. It's got some numbers. I think it's 987. But anyway, and then no words under it. No words. Like, one of those scammers has words under it to try to scam you some more. And it says, Cooking with Brenda Gant. And then right under it, real little, it says Shepherd Outdoors. That is not my son-in-law. His is Shepherding Outdoors. And besides, that's beside the point. They're using him and me. And I'm telling you, I don't know who's doing it, but they need to get their own show. They need to get their own thing going. Don't you agree? Now, y'all know that I am making a coffee table book. It is huge. It's over 200 pages, but here's the thing. It's this big. It's huge. And it's going to have a lot of good stuff in it. It's not a recipe book now. This is the one that goes on your coffee table for you to read and enjoy. I've been writing stories to go in it. And it's going to be really super good. It's going to come out in November, just in time for Christmas. You can get them for your... I'm going to give them all my grandchildren one. That's what they're getting this Christmas. Of course, I'll get them a little something else, too. I will. I hope y'all are having a good day today. Somebody told me that their husband just loves to watch me. Now, I don't know why he does, but he does. One man said, I hear my wife talking to you every day, and I say, what's Brenda cooking? What's she doing? Yesterday, I got outside, and what I did is I got my camera out and took pictures of my flowers. They're beginning to bloom. Do y'all know what a forsythia flower is? It's a bush. The people down south where I live, we call it yellow bell because it looks like little yellow bells and it covers the whole bush. They root really easy too, y'all. They root real easy. And so you'll want to get you some. Another thing that I've got blooming is I've got a flowering peach. It doesn't make any peaches. It's kind of like a ornamental thing, an ornamental bush. And it blooms white. And it's got big fluffy blooms all over it. Well, I took a picture of that. And that's all I've got blooming right now. But it looks like the azaleas won't be too far behind. They're kind of budding out. But I did walk around the yard just to look and see what was happening. And I noticed that I've got some little plants coming up from last year. But you can hardly see them in the dirt. They're real tiny. Real tiny. There we go. See how pretty the pies are when you get them done. Look, see? And y'all, they're so good. And what you want to do is get you your deepest skillet that you can put a lot of oil in. But remember not to have it too close to the top. Just, about halfway. Fill it up about halfway because you don't want it to boil over. Cook it on about medium-high heat. Get your oil hot before you put your pie in it. And then just cook it on one side and it'll flip in that oil real good. And flip it on the other side. When it gets brown, it's done. Not too brown. You don't want it brown. You want it kind of soft. You can make your glaze by putting some, all you do is put powdered sugar in a coffee cup or something and add just a little water and stir as you do. You could get too much water in a heartbeat. As my mama used to say, in a New York minute. Y'all ever heard that before? New York minute. Well, that's the way it is. And also, y'all, I would love for you to share my video because that's going to help other people to find me and to find the correct one. So please share. please share it. I'd appreciate it so much. Especially you young people. Remember now, young people, y'all can make you a hot pocket for your babies out of leftover stuff that you had the night before. Peas, corn, beef stew, whatever. And put your little cheese, kind of drain it a little bit because you don't want a lot of liquid in it. You want it kind of solidish. Chop it up. Put you some cheese in there with it. And they're going to love it. Homemade Hot Pockets. You do it just like this. It doesn't take but a second. You save your biscuit dough, or you can make some dough up out of either water or buttermilk or milk, a little oil, and some flour. I use White Lily. That's the best on the market. I'm telling you, I've used it all my life. So is Mama, and so is my granny, and so is my big mama. We all are White Lily girls. These are going to be mighty good, y'all. My son's coming to see me today, and I'm excited about that. He had to work last night. He was going to come yesterday, but had to work, so he's coming today. I'll cook him a pie tomorrow. These are for somebody else. All right, and that's all it is to it. Remember to share, and love y'all. Bye-bye.